Hi, I'm sorry that I'm a full hour late to stream. How are y'all doing? Solar, Paradoxica, Barrick. Okay, so forgive you because Fates is on the schedule. God. Revelation's probably gonna be the longest one. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Revelation's probably gonna be the longest one because I would like to do the rest of the paralogs that we missed. Because with every other Fire Emblem game that I've done, I've tried to do every map that's available. I also, absolutely, because of the absolute state that I was in pre-stream, I did not, I did not make tea, so I'm just running with normal water, which might be a problem. We'll see. If I need to, I can make tea, but yeah. I don't really know what else to say. Like, I guess I could give like a little sort of intro. So this is a prequel to a game that I streamed. God, how long was it? Don't mind me, I'm just padding for time. When did I stream Malviolence? Halloween of last year. Or no, Halloween of 2 years ago, actually. October 31st, 2023. And Sachi has been wanting me to play this since then. I do feel a little bit bad, like, it's on the pile of, like, oh shit, like, I need to play this game, but, like, whenever I check, my brain's never in the mood for it. So, quick rundown, Malviolence, you play as a, officer who works for a, government organization called STOP, in all caps. They're evil, because of course they are. But you work for the evil, and you get kidnapped by a supervillain whose name is Caution, and he's great. He's the best, as Sachi will tell you. The boy, that's him in the background right there in the middle. But before he goes supervillain. Yeah, it's... I'm trying to remember as much as I can about ProtoViolence, Malviolence. One of the big things that was like a whole plot point in Malviolence is that the reason that Stop is evil is that they're not like the fun kind of evil. They're the like give children cybernetic enhancements so they can be trained to be weapons kind of evil. They're like Metal Gear villains almost. And that is that is what I like, that is the limited bit of knowledge that I have about this game, is that like this is Caution's like adopted mom, who was like the progenitor of that project, and her dealing with like the ethical dilemma of everything that's happening with her project. I was not tabbed in. Yeah, it's literally a Metal Gear plot. Also, why am I frame dropping? What the fuck? What do you mean this game has the same issue that fucking that fucking Kingdom Hearts 3 has? Over 2 decades ago, Dr. Iris Kai wrote me a recommendation for an up-and-coming research... Oh, wait. I think this is... for an up-and-coming international security agency. Oh, wait, this is, I think I know who this is.
At the time, I was overjoyed just to be on track.
Your Honor, the son, the boy. I gave you 2 personal pings, Sachi. The Emperor of Malviolence, he returns. Sachi, did you know that it's been almost 2 years since I played Malviolence? Actually, I don't remember. Does, So, this has... I did fiddle around with settings when I was thinking about playing this previously. Busy cooking dinner. It was Halloween 2023 is when I played it, Sachi. Oh, I have the voice volume turned way down. So, does this narration have the, voiceover?
At the time, I was just overjoyed to be on track. Get into a growing field early. Do good science while the fires of innovation are still hot. And then dip out with distinction before the coals grow cold.
Wow, I'm already tripping up. We're 11 minutes into stream. See, I do kind of want to put the, voices on for a little bit, just to get, like, a feel for the voices, but I would like to do the voiceover myself.
But these days well, let's put it this way. The first time my name showed up as a footnote in a cybernetics textbook, I called my parents and invited my friends to dinner at my favorite restaurant. Half a year ago, when I got a write-up in the East Coast Medicine Review, I didn't even open the copy they sent me. So when Iris announced her retirement, I assumed her ennui was a little more advanced than my own. It was a nice party. She was surrounded by friends and coworkers, lauded by her peers, and praised by her subordinates. And yet the whole time, she looked hollow. In fear of retirement, I theorized. I couldn't have been further from the truth. Stop. The organization I dedicated my life to has always been at the forefront of cybernetics. The bleeding edge, some would say. We took risks, but it was for the greater good, and we were grateful to every volunteer and veteran that assisted us. But now they're pushing all the wrong boundaries. Taking science, my science, in a cruel new direction that I cannot abide.
I really love this game's art style, by the way. Hi, fantastic Mr. Jack, how are you doing?
Because the fruits of my research are being used to experiment on children. I can't fathom how Stop got so far out of hand. But I can find out. I'm not powerless, and the architects behind these new programs aren't fools. If I can present a proper case against this, show them the pain hidden between the numbers and suffering they're whitewashing over in pursuit of percentage points, I have hope that things can still be made right. But that hope is dwindling. I thought I granted peace to the world with my research. Maybe all I did was wreath a new Nero.
Sorry for messaging you at this hour.
Sorry for messaging you at this hour. Couldn't sleep. Having second thoughts? No. My transfer's already been approved. Next Monday, I'm entering the Youth Training and Development Initiative as a supervisor, but...
I might have to shuffle these voices around once I see faces. Just a warning.
Iris, you've worked with Stop longer than I have. Can you tell me anything about the YTDI?
Youth Training and Development Initiative. Why did that, like... It took a sec for that to click.
Nothing that'll help you sleep. Well, that's reassuring. I still can't believe this is happening. Stop's full of scientists, not... Good scientists follow the science wherever it leads, right? And I recall a brilliant researcher concluding years ago, the younger the patient, the better the cybernetic sync rate. That research was intended for Stop agents. Volunteers, heroes if you prefer. Not anyone under 18. Well, the higher-ups would beg to differ. They'd tell you they're providing these trainees with an education and a guaranteed future. Worth an eye or an ear, right? I don't want this to be my legacy, Iris. Where's the greater good in grafting dangerous tech onto children? When Stop was founded, that good was clear. Back when the world was in turmoil and cybernetics were getting slapped onto terrorists and madmen in vet clinics and garages. Stop put an end to that. We put an end to that. And then, we kept going, so it wouldn't happen again.
I hope these aren't blurring together as well.
Like I said, not the best topic of conversation if you're looking to put your mind at ease. But do try to get some rest anyway.
Fuck. Daedra? How do you pronounce this name? There's a Fire Emblem character with the same name. Also, why can you not see my cursor? That's really weird that you can't see my cursor. Daedra? Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Deidre? I could see Deidre. I guess we'll see if the voiceover voices that name at all.
From the sounds of it, you have a long week ahead of you. I'll do my best.
Ooh, the bitrate killer. I really should play more of these, like, small visual novels.
Relax. Putting children to the knife and adding cybernetics to them is totally morally okay. My honest first impression, this is beautiful. Natural light trickles through the frosted...
Natural light trick-or-treats.
Trickles through frosted glass, enveloping the courtyard in a warm, soft glow. From the bridge I'm on, I can even see green. Grass, flowers, trees... An oasis of natural beauty, full of life. And full of laughing children. I can't help but wonder if I've made a wrong turn. There aren't any stark surgical scrubs or hospital grounds. And the air smells clean. Not disinfected. But inevitably my eyes are drawn toward the towering column that pierces the building's center. It's a dark monument. One with few doors, no windows, and a very heavy shadow. My skin prickles. What purpose could...
Already, are you?
Oh. That was really quiet. Why was that so quiet? Your Honor. Pump the voice volume.
Nice to meet ya. I'm Pavel.
There. Cool. Probably still a little bit on the quiet end, but... I don't know how much of this is voiced over, but I would like to get a feel for some of the voices.
My train of thought's grim path is cut short by a familiar, husky voice.
Angie, it's wonderful to see you again. Same to you, Daedra.
Daedra.
As usual, Angie is formal, but I recognize the warmth in her words. It's been a long time since we've talked face to face. For sure. I didn't think we'd get to work together again. But not every career path's a straight line, right? No, definitely not. Happy as I am to be working with you, I was surprised to learn that you wanted to transfer here. I always thought of you as... married to the craft of cybernetics and nothing else. I was going to say squeamish. I suppose there's more to me than meets the eye. I suppose there is. I understand you're planning to write a case study on the work we're doing here at the YTDI. Funny.
Also, I really love the little, like... I love the art style of this game a lot. I really love the fact that her picture on her little badge looks like it's drawn in MS Paint. It really adds to it.
You've always been more interested in theory than application. Then again, you've always been a pioneer as well. I mean, it is a new program based on my research. Why wouldn't I observe it? Oh no. I think it's fantastic having you of all people here. Going out of your way to help us improve the YTDI? That's a dream come true for all of us. In fact... no. I don't want to get too deep into discussion on your first day. Your time's valuable, so... how about I give you a tour? Oh. Well, I did request one, but...
Stop put all their money into child soldiers and had no money left to pay for staff photographs. They let Caution draw the staff photographs.
No, trust me. There's a lot here. More than we could cover in one day. But we should be able to go over the basics. Places, permissions, practice standards. That sort of thing. And who better to help you find your footing than an old colleague? Alright, alright. Where to first? Awesome. I'm not a professional tour guide, but I'd say the courtyard would be the best place to start. I'll lead the way.
Chat, please tell me these voices are distinct enough. I'm out of practice.
So that's why there's so much greenery. Of course. We want our trainees to be as healthy as possible, both physically and mentally. And while it might be hard to see the benefits on an MRI, being around trees and plants really does wonders to the brain.
Oh. Lobter. Did that bonk work? I don't think it worked. It worked. Okay. Free bean.
No, Angie, I believe you. Actually, I think I feel it myself. I can't believe it. We finally got you to touch fucking grass. We installed it all for the trainees' sake, but if it helps the staff stay sane as well, that's a nice bonus. That reminds me, you should see the classrooms too.
I didn't hear the bonk sound effect. Granted, the bonk sound effect's usually really tired, but...
So, we'll take these stairs. And go through these doors. Oh, after you, of course.
This just in, scientist touches grass for the first time, more at 7.
And if we just go down this hallway...
God, why is it so hot? I wish I was south of the equator right now so it wasn't fucking summer.
We're here. Bit of a walk, isn't it? Must be easy to get lost. I suppose. But you get used to it. Anyways, this is where the trainees get educated. Oh. And what does that involve?
I already keep having to, like, take breaks. This is the side effect of me not making tea because I was in such a rush to actually get fucking started.
Well, we've got all the core essentials.
We're going to plug this spike into your cortex, yeah.
Maths, literacy, self-defense, and physical pardon? Physical education. No, I mean... self-defense? Oh, don't make that face. It's not that serious. Gym mats and padded gloves and whatnot. At their age, the trainees couldn't hurt each other even if they tried. And do they ever try to hurt each other? The world's a dangerous place. Our trainees know that better than most their age. The earlier we teach them how to protect themselves, the better off they'll be. I suppose you're right. But it's not all schoolwork and drills.
I really should go make tea, actually. I'm gonna go put the kettle on real quick. I will be back in just a minute. I'm gonna go boil water and then set my stuff to steep and then be back while it steeps. The BRB button. Dance party over the child experimentation lab. Okay, chat, help me remember in 5 minutes to go and get my tea.
The trainees get to do fun stuff too. I mean, we passed an arts and crafts center just a moment ago. You should see some of the stuff they make in there. We might have the next Mark Rothko, or...
Is this Agnes or Agnes? Bravely Default has completely ruined the way that I read this name.
Martin on our hands. I nod as if I know who those people are. Fine art never was a favorite subject of mine. Well, I'll have to check it out another time. Yeah, you ought to. Maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. You want to observe a trainee for your case study, correct? Yes, that's right. Oh, why do you ask? Well, we've got a class going on right now. It should be literacy at this time of day. You're suggesting I choose my case study subject right now? Could give you a much better idea of what we do, seeing how the trainees actually go about their day.
I strung that sentence together very poorly. What do you mean, is it a big chin? Where is it? It's the bean. Where is the bean? This one? Nope, that's the sensor bar. That's the creature. Money. Yeah, there you go. There's a good picture of it. I was looking for the one with the gun, but... Oh, there it is. Sin cameo. Eggle 2. Raid Shadow Legends killed my father. Shrimp Maddie. Herb.
Come on, look over here. We disabled the depth of field so you can actually see through the window. Don't worry, they won't notice us. They're all preoccupied with... writing exercises, it looks like. This is a classroom? I've been in medical libraries with more noise. Well behaved, aren't they? You can thank the core curriculum designers for that. Our trainees are showing a 34% increase in memory retention compared to same age control group, short and long term. That's very impressive. Isn't it? The bell could ring right now and they'd still be glued to their work. If this were any other education program, they'd all be fiddling with their fine liners, glaring at the clock, doodling in the margins. Like that child over there? Right. That one. He's a bit of an outlier, statistically. Really? But I thought your curriculum was... Well, it's not 100% effective. Sometimes you'll get stragglers. But we don't leave them behind. All they need is a little extra motivation. There, the teacher's already taken notice.
T, has it been 5 minutes? Back in just a sec. T has been acquired.
He's taking him to the front of the classroom? Is he... Is he being yelled at? Yelled at? The teacher might be raising their voice. Hold on. Why are the other children going up with him? They didn't do anything wrong. Well, that's the extra motivation I was talking about. Violating the Geneva Convention.
The boy.
All new trainees get sorted into squadrons. Squadrons? Like soldiers? Like birds, I'd say. They're close-knit. We expect each squadron to fly at roughly the same pace. So if one member underperforms, the entire group is made aware of it. I know it looks a little inflexible, but they're better off learning these rules early. I'm not sure that... Hmm? He smiled at me. Oh, they're supposed to stand perfectly still for a full 5 minutes, so that's...
Stop being like, what the fuck are international laws? Yeah.
Might have to refocus. I've made my decision. Oh, good. So which trainee... I want that boy to be my subject.
Josephine.
And why him specifically? I can't give a concrete answer. I suppose I'm just going with my gut. That's not very scientific. Then why don't we call it an intuitive choice made by one of the world's leading cybernetics researchers? Right. But as I said, that particular trainee is something of a statistical outlier. Then taking a closer look at him should help us correct any inefficiencies in the program, no? I suppose I can't argue with that.
I feel like these two voices should probably be swapped, actually. I just remembered what fucking Daedra sounds like. Or, like, what she looks like from Malviolence.
All right, D. Here's where his quarters are. You're certain this is the one you want to use for your case study?
Again, I've made my decision, Angie.
Right. Right. Just wanted to confirm.
Oh my god, drinking tea is helping with my voice, but god, it is so fucking hot. I might have to alternate between drinking tea and ice water to keep myself from overheating.
Trainee C0458?
Could you come here, please? I want to introduce you to someone. She's a visitor. One just for you.
Huh? A visitor?
Try to be quick, though. She's a very busy lady with a lot to get done today.
It also really doesn't help that whenever I stream, my PC becomes a space heater. Honestly, I wish I had a hair tie here so that I could put my hair up into a ponytail, because that would help significantly, actually. I don't have a whole lot of, like... My hair's not quite long enough for a proper ponytail, but, like, even just tying it up a little bit would help.
Oh. Wait a minute. You're the lady I saw in class.
Your own gift Maddie hair ties.
Indeed, she is. What's S4-174 doing behind you? Shri wanted to come, so I let her. Oh, what a good friend you are. But this meeting's just for you, CO-458. So, S4-174, you're free to... Is it that big of a deal, Angie? I don't think there's any harm in meeting as roommate. Right.
I like how he's even scrunklier than you remember.
Then why don't you introduce yourself to the lady?
Well, allow me.
Please, try to keep it short. We only have so much time.
Nice to meet ya. I'm Pavel. Though most of the people here only call me CO458.
Serial number? Standard procedure. It's how we keep data collection unbiased. Plus, the first class had like 3 Emmas and 4 Quinns, so... right.
He's just really scrunkly in this game. Like, even from the screenshots that I've seen of the original version, this is just how he is.
What about you, lady? What's your name? Well, Angie, how should I respond? I've never worked with children before. You can give him your name, no big deal. The trainees like to call me Dr. Angie. Got it. Then, you can call me Dr. Daedra if you want. Dr. Daedra? Dr. Daedra. Dr. Daedra. That's a nice name. Has anyone ever told you that? Not, recently.
These two wow, my brain is like freaking out trying to remember the 2 voices. Like, they might sound distinct, but like, in my brain, they don't sound distinct.
Oh. Do you want to introduce yourself too? Oh, the floor's all yours.
Hello. I'm... Shreya.
Shreya.
You got this, Shree. Look, Dr. Daedra is waving at you.
Now I'm just remembering the fact that, like, the way that they pronounced it in game is similar to the, like, the gods from Skyrim. I'm just remembering it as Daedra.
Shree is my roommate. Normally we stick together. If I'm around, chances are she is too. I see. Are you two close? Oh, we're besties. You never go anywhere without each other. Except for class. I wish we weren't in different squads.
Who is this? No clue. Hey, D, who is this? Oh, it's still you.
Sorry to butt in, but I'm afraid we don't have all the time in the world. Unless you want to skip out on the research labs for today. No, I do want to see them. Let me just wrap up here. It's lovely to meet you, CO458. Starting next week, I'll be interviewing you.
Interviewing me?
About what? To be honest, I haven't quite decided yet. But I think I'd like to talk about your hobbies. Your classmates, your future. Lots of things like that. Oh, I can do that. But I'm confused. Why me? That's a good question. Because I picked you specifically. And why did you pick me specifically? That's the word. Well, you stood out in class. I saw you and I thought you'd be interesting to talk to. Makes sense. My teacher says I'm like a dandelion in a field full of roses. That's one way of putting it. But wait, what about... your friend? I promise you won't be alone for long.
I'm Maddie.
Oh, once I'm done talking with you, you can go back to, oh, what do kids do these days? I haven't been around them in so long. Back to playing? Did I guess right? Oh, thank God.
Sound reasonable?
Yeah. It's a deal.
I can't wait for this to go horribly wrong. I also like how this is like a 2-hour visual novel and it's been an hour already and we're not even done with the first bit.
Sorry I rushed you a bit back there. I realize I might have come across as grouchy earlier. It's just... we've all been working a lot of hours lately. It wears on you, you know? Oh, no, Angie, it's fine. Not like I was much better in the past. Oh God, don't remind me. Oh, when you were taking on a lead on artificial spleen development, it was like you were in a trance. If I gave you one little tap on the shoulder, you'd snap up like a cobra on a rake. Yes, I remember how you put it.
I've had to bury my soul for the child experiments, yeah.
Those were long days. And by the time we pushed through, I never wanted to see another culture sample as long as I lived. Here. So, Angie, about those research labs. Right. From here, the fastest route would be...
Case study report. You know, if we had played this last month, we would have been pretty damn close to the actual date. Initial supervisory report. Though it's been advertised as a youth education program, it's now my understanding that the purpose of the Youth Training and Development Initiative is to prepare its trainees for cybernetic enhancement and eventual employment within STOP. Well, it's known that biotech synchronization rates are inversely correlated to age. Side effects on individuals below the age of 18 are not fully understood at this time, and may be more severe than they would be on an adult mind and body. Just 50 years out, yeah. Furthermore, I have ethical concerns about the purpose of the program and how its participants are selected. Supervisor, it's my intent to observe the YTDI's operations and ensure that health and well-being of its trainees are being properly upheld. As part of my duties, I intend on engaging a focused case study of trainee CO458, who to observe his development under YTDI's curriculum. Compliance purposes, our one-on-one conversations will be recorded. Dr. Daedra Destrange. I forget when fucking in like Malviolence times, what was her like, oh, we've actually got like interactive bits. I thought that this was like non-interactable. I thought this was just a visual novel. Roach Man. Dr. Destruction or something. Part of me wanted to say that it was like Dr. Danger or something along those lines. Daedra's case study is finished. She'll send these documents to Stops higher up. She hopes her findings will shut the YTDI down. Case study report. Hey, look, we jumped over the date. This report marks 1 month of trainee CO 458's case study. This time I've observed several facets of the YTDI's operations, and I now believe that I have a firm grasp of the day-to-day activities of the trainees. Majority of trainees selected for the YTDI come from orphanages. On arrival at the YTDI, trainees are separated into squads similar to ones utilized by STOP field agents. Formal education takes place entirely within these squads and involves tuition in literacy, mathematics and self-defense, etc. Outside of the classroom, trainees have access to several extracurricular activities, including craftwork, sports, and video games. While these activities are beneficial for fostering bonds and growth between children, I find it notable that they overlap with activities undertaken by STOP operatives in the recovery period after implantation of new cybernetics. This includes sewing for hand-eye coordination, video games for reaction speed, etc. Standard of care seems to be at least sufficient. CO458 has expressed that it's a significant improvement over his previous lodgings. Still, I have some questions to raise with Dr. Tan later. Dr. Daedra Destrange. I like the stickers that were on the desk. Any academics, Daedra has thoughts about herself and the world around her. This is where she writes them. Okay. June 6th. Part of me just wants my thoughts to blow with the wind. Putting them to paper will have to do for now. Besides, all the blue light was making my eyes ache. Fuck. Blue light, like, blue and white light is, like, awful. It gives me headaches horribly. But, like, too yellow light makes everything feel sickly. But the too white light makes everything feel too sterile. Trainees are all orphans. Not surprised. I am surprised the YTDI isn't much different from a standard boarding school, militaristic dressing aside. Here's how STOP's first few batches of field agents were housed. The accommodations here are downright luxurious. Still, that's comparing volunteer soldiers to abandoned children. Strange analogy, to put it mildly. For some reason, the trainees' meals consist of lab script, and only lab script. Why? It's true that lab script contains all the nutrients they'd need to grow healthy and strong, but it's intended for typical in vivo test subjects. I've seen the size of the budgets that STOP works with. You can definitely afford to feed these children real food. At least the education is world class. Clearly STOP's spending was put to good use there. One time, Angie took me to a literacy lesson. Out of the blue, she asked a trainee to recite part of King Lear, and the girl belted it out like it was on a switch. Oh god, you're right. You're right, I forgot about that bit from Malviolence, Sachi. There's a part in Malviolence where you can, like, caution... You're trapped in a cell at the very start of the game, and the only source of food that you have is fucking lab script in a dog bowl. And if you eat it, you fucking die because it's poisoned. I don't know how useful that skill was, but it was definitely impressive. Another time the two of us watched as a teacher taught a squadron field pharmacy in the courtyard. Someone eats this mushroom, how would you counteract its effects with only the items in your bags? How long do they have before their airways close? It was intense, to say the least. At times, the teacher's questions felt more like threats. The building itself was immaculate, practically sparkling. My shoes track dirt as I walk in. It's wiped away by the time I walk out. Even Stop Headquarters doesn't agonize over cleanliness to this extent. Just wish they showed that much care for the trainees themselves. Like that boy. CO458. For formal reasons, I can't mention it in recording sessions, but I know his name is Pavel. Is taking his name necessary? Are they that concerned about observer bias? He's an orphan. Name might be the only thing his parents ever gave him. Why scrub it away like it's something dirty, stained to be removed? Boy's lonely too. Yes, he has Shreya, but she isn't part of his squadron, his pre-assigned social group. His squad mates exclude him outside of class. They don't let him play with them, so CO458 is often in the arts and crafts center, sewing or knitting by himself. Oh, fuck, that's actually really sad. That's more sad with context from Malviolence, because there's a puzzle that's a pain in the ass, but there's a puzzle in Malviolence that's about sewing a quilt that's in his room. It's not much better in class. Kids roll their eyes when he's paired up with them for group tasks. Sometimes they'll go behind his back and ask the teacher if they can swap for anyone else. Thankfully, the teachers never concede to CO458's squad mates, but that doesn't stop them from asking anyway. I fucking remember that goddamn puzzle. It's not it's not the worst puzzle in Malviolence, but it is pretty damn hard. The quilt puzzle is really hard, and the panopticon puzzle is, oh my god, the fucking panopticon puzzle. I think a lot of this could be solved if the kids weren't pitted against one another. All the trainees have their hobbies, but CO458 doesn't have much else. I know he likes superheroes, so I'll bring him some comics from the YTDI's library. Wingstop, I suspect the books there are vetted, but still a chance I might find something that'll make him smile. Yeah, I could even use it to teach him. Certainly doesn't seem like any of his actual teachers are interested in personalizing the learning experience. Oh, I also bought a pack of stickers for him. Children his age thinks grape stickers are cool. What am I doing? I'm no child psychologist. Couldn't even qualify as a pediatrician. Really jumped into the deep end with this case study, didn't I? If I weren't senior stop staff, I'd probably be sacked by now. Maybe grape is lame. Maybe orange is the way to go. God, I don't know anymore. So there's only one way to find out. That's... If I'm not mistaken, that's also a reference as well, because I think there's another puzzle in Malviolence that's got something to do with grapes and oranges. Or it might also be the quilt puzzle. The quilt puzzle might be fruit-based, actually. I can't get grape stickers. Old PC maintained with love. It's so funny. Every time this, like, that static effect comes up, I can watch the bitrate in OBS drop in real time.
All right, CO458. I've started recording.
I need to still advance the text. I do.
Before you fall over from all that wiggling.
Yay!
I'm just super excited. I'm glad to hear that. But, you can relax. We're just talking today. Really? Ew. Cheeks are numb from all that grinning. I can imagine. In fact, I think I did the same thing in my school photos. You did? I guess so. Though I stopped because... well, it made me look... like a dork. That's pretty harsh. How do you... You still kinda do. Okay.
What, do we do, like, gay cyborg soldiers? Yeah.
Have you ever been called something like that before? A dork? No, never. Well, maybe a few times. But the other kids don't know anything, so it's their loss. What don't they know? Or that when I grow up, I'm gonna be super famous, super pretty, and I'm gonna have 1 billion friends. I'll cross my fingers for you. Anyways, we're starting to veer off topic, and I only have so much time, so... So, why don't I ask you some things? Okay. What do you want to know? For today, I have 3 questions. Pop quiz, huh? Okay. I'm ready to go. Great. Then let me just get my papers out. There we go. First question. How did you come to join the YTDI? What do you mean? I mean, before you became a trainee. Where did you live? Well, I lived in an orphanage. Oh. And what was that like? I don't remember much, but it was pretty lonely. There weren't many others there? No, there was a whole bunch of us. But we shared rooms and beds and... adults' attention. So you weren't treated as an individual?
I realize these voices are all over the fucking place. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't. A lot of us ran around. It was pretty noisy, but... I was always bored. And it wasn't mealtime, school time, or chore time. I was stuck in the common room with most of the others. Because we had to share so much, we fought all the time. Really? Yeah. Like one time we wanted to play with the Scrattle board. Another girl said I couldn't have it because all I did was trace the board's grid with my fingers. So I said to her, "Nuh-uh, that's how you play Scrattle." And she said, "You're always doing stuff wrong." And then I made a face at her. Then she pulled my hair. And then... I'm assuming you both got into trouble. Yeah. I scratched her and she started crying. So I got punished. I found the rulebook later. She was right. I was playing the game wrong. I said sorry, but the way I played was fun too. Interesting. How are you picked for the YTDI? You seem different from the other trainees. At least compared to the others in your squadron. I don't know. One day these people in white clothes came to the orphanage. They didn't want to play or talk or anything. Just watched us for a week or so. This loud person told me and a bunch of other kids... Wait. We had a fright. I mean, a bright future ahead of us. And they brought us here. You must have come from a world away, huh? I don't think so. I fell asleep on the bus because I couldn't sleep the night before. When we got here, it wasn't even lunchtime. I see. Let's move on to the next question. Are you getting along with your squadron? We're all supposed to get along with our squadron. I guess that lines up with what Angie told me. But, it's okay. You can be honest with me. Okay. Most of my squad mates are boring apple polishers. They hate me because the teachers get mad at me and they make us stay in class for an extra 10 minutes. It's not my fault class is dull. It's not like my doodles are bothering anyone. Did you know any of your squad mates back at the orphanage? No. For some reason I was put in a different squad from everyone else I knew. Squad sorting must be done randomly. Trying to avoid pre-established social grouping? Sorry, I just had to jot something down. Oh, what about your roommate? Oh, what do you think of her? Roommate. You mean Tree? Well, she's really quiet most of the time. But once you get to know her, she's really smart and kind. Most importantly, she's my best friend. You told me that when you introduced her to me. Yep. She's also my first friend. And I guess my only one. When class is done, we talk about whatever we want and do things together. Oh, and she teaches me all kinds of stuff. Tutoring? A few weeks ago, she taught me how to do my hair. Huh. So that's why you have a hairband there. Mm-hmm. I wear it all the time now. Is there anything else you do together? Slinging coloring books. Playing Mary Mac or A Sailor Went to Sea. Oh, and we read.
Damn, this game is sad. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
Though, Try is way better than me at it. Like, way better. I heard the teacher say she was 2 reading levels ahead of the rest of her squad. Wow. That's genuinely impressive. I know, right? She's so cool. Which brings me to my third and final question. When Shry is not around, what do you like doing in your spare time? Sewing and knitting. When it's break time, I go to the arts and crafts room and make stuff. So far, I've made a placemat, and a headband, and a scarf. I could show them to you sometime if you want.
God. If I'm not mistaken, every single one of those makes an appearance in Malviolence.
Maybe another time. Okay. Just let me know when you change your mind. Actually, there's one more thing I like doing. The teachers say it's not proper. Shoot. Word's right on the tip of my tongue. I hope it begins with an L and... Is it... literature? Yeah, that's the one. Anyways, I like reading comics. There's a lot less words than Shry's books, but they're filled with cool pictures. I wish my art was that cool. Well, you know what they say, right? Practice makes perfect. If you keep going, you'll get where you need to be. I'm one step ahead of you. That's why I doodle in class. So I can get good fast. Is there anything else you enjoy doing? Well, there's lots of stuff I want to try, but class and homework's always in the way. Blech. I'm sorry. I hope you can get more free time in the future. Yeah, me too. So, that's all the questions I have. I think I'm comfortable stopping here. Huh? You're leaving already. Yes, I'm afraid I'm still playing catch-up with work. Playing? No, you know how you have your class... Oh, I get it. You've got homework too, huh? You seem like a very busy lady, Dr. Daedra. More so than usual.
I blew my nose and now my ears are plugged and I can't judge my own voices now.
But I should have enough time to dig out my Scrattle board.
Have a Scrattle board?
I do, right in my basement. Or was it in storage? Either way, I'll find it. And we can play it whichever way you want.
I genuinely can't tell if I'm drawing connections where there are none. I don't know if I'm drawing connections where there are none, but wasn't there also a Scrabble board puzzle? There was a lot of puzzles in Malviolence, and only the ones that, like... only the ones that were actively a pain in the ass got ingrained in my brain.
Really? Mm-hmm. You shouldn't underestimate me, though. You're talking to a Scrattle champion. Or, an ex-champion. It's been a bit since I last played. Whoa. A Scrattle champion? I really do have to go now. But here, please take this. Consider it a thank you of sorts.
Grape.
What? What's this? It's a special kind of sticker. If you scratch it... Whoa! It smells like grapes!
I love the little, heart. I love that his hair curled into a heart.
Yeah, it sure does. It's, cool. Thank you, Dr. Daedra. And, thank you for talking with me.
I'll see you next week, yes?
Keep bringing in awesome stuff like this, and I'll talk to you every day.
It's really crazy, like... I can't do Pavel's voice at all, but, like, I can do fucking, I can do Caution's voice. I can't do Pavel's voice.
The craft center was nice. I mean, that's gotta be a good sign, right? A good sign and a good thing are different matters. Come on, help me out here. Help isn't what you're texting me for, is it? And besides, I'm a lot more concerned about the militaristic conditions you've reported. That can change. Yet, every time you critique some part of the YTDI, Dr. Tan seems to resist. Angie's always been pretty rigid. She's not a bad person, just very by the books. And Dr. Tan is an associate director. She's been around for so long that she writes the book. No one's forcing her to stay where she is. I could have easily been in her shoes, Iris. Not with her
Scruples?
I've never worked directly with Tan, but I know her reputation. She's got a savior complex. That's dangerous. What? She just wants to help people. I'm sure she believes that, but she works in cybernetics. And when you're holding a hammer, everything looks like a nail. You haven't seen her with the trainees. Every time we pass by a group of them, she smiles and waves and asks how they're doing. And they give her the biggest, sweetest smiles back. They don't do that to any of the other researchers. Daedra. She's my friend, Iris. You're one of the brightest people I know. Maybe the best of your generation. So why are you looking away from the truth? You've seen the lab script, the classrooms, the panopticon. You don't owe Tan your trust. Or any anyone at Stop for that matter. They've given their stamp of approval for all of this, and it smells rotten. We can heal that rot. If you say so. I just want to have faith in the colleagues and friends that I've worked with for years. We've made the world the safest it's been in decades. So I'm positive that things will get better. Angie included. Even a genius can't change the mind of someone who's not listening. That's why the case study needs to go on. I'll make them all listen. Right. Anything else you wanted to discuss? You know that trainee I chose to work with for my case study? CO458. I bought him a grape-scented sticker the other day. You loved it. Oh, well then, I take back what I said. It sounds like it's all rosy over there.
Okay, I'm gonna do the narrator. Like, I know that the narrator is, Daedra, but, I'm gonna do the narrator in my normal voice just to give myself a little bit of a break. Bridge, I gaze below at the courtyard. As the sun begins to set, its beams softly tint the YTDI's walls and floors a pale orange. It's comforting. Even the back of the pillar in the center of the room looks warmer than usual. Warm. Never thought I'd see the YTDI that way. It's worlds apart from my first impression of it 1 month ago. 30 days of observing classes, conducting interviews, and writing notes. Felt like seconds. I wonder if it's my age. The older I've grown, the quicker time passes. Summer, fall, winter, spring. All of it passing by while musing over my impending mortality won't get me anywhere. Yeah, here's the thing. Even with, like, even with knowing what happens in Malviolence, like, it's waiting for the fucking pin to drop, like. But the YTDI really does look warm right now. If there weren't other people in the building, I'd go down to the ground floor and take a nap in the grass. Right now, I'm sure some of the trainees are doing the same. Children shouldn't have cybernetics. Or lab script diets. YTDI is an affront to my research. Any sane person would agree with me. That's why I'm doing everything I can to shut it down, behind the backs of the people who run this program. I can't object to giving children, unwanted children, a home. An education. A guaranteed future. They don't have to hunt for scraps or wake up each morning and search for shelter over their heads. As long as they stay here in the YTDI. Once again, Angie's voice cuts my thoughts short.
Did I interrupt something? You're looking pretty contemplative. No, it's nothing. Could have fooled me. Am I that easy to read, Angie? Far from it. I've needed a lot of practice. Guess you've had plenty of opportunities to do so. So what can I do for you? Oh, it's nothing work-related. Not like I have trainee info to give you, anyway. I just wanted a chance to catch up. You've been here for what, a month now? Oh, would you look at that? Oh, 1 month exactly. Lucky guess. You want to take a stroll? They say walking and talking gets the blood flowing. Talking gets the blood flowing? More than standing here and staring at nothing. Come on. We've got a lot to catch up on, don't we?
And to walk around the bridge's perimeter. Our pace is slow, aimless, lazy even. Our conversation is just as meandering.
See any films lately? Any takeout places you'd recommend? I know modern art's not your thing, but I think you'd enjoy this new exhibit. And if you don't, you can pick... and if you don't, we can pick... You can pick where we have dinner next time. God!
As we chat, my whole body relaxes. Like this in the beginning, waiting outside of Stop's headquarters, excited to take Angie out for our pre-weekend burgers and milkshakes. We're young and the world didn't make sense, but our work always did.
Hey, D. D?
Hear Angie calling my name, and my mind snaps back into focus.
Is something wrong?
No, nothing.
I was just wondering if you were ready to...
I just realized I could take Angie's voice even lower. Because, like, it kind of slips into, like... It kind of slips... The way that my brain places it, it kind of places it at the very high end of, like, my masculine range.
It kind of places it around here.
With what the, like, voice lines sound like.
You know... Bring up what was going on earlier.
Oh. That.
No pressure. You're not up to it. No, I am. I just need a moment. Take all the time you need.
Take a deep breath to think about how to approach this.
Actually, can I ask you a question? As a friend?
Go ahead.
I'm all ears. Why did you end up working for the YTDI?
That's a big question.
It's one that's been on my mind a lot lately.
You saw that classified file, yeah?
Pardon me?
The one with the summary documents and the
How do you know about that? A disgruntled employee blew up at us a few months back. I swiped a bunch of files taken out of context and tried to shop them out to anyone who would listen. This was around when you were first curious about the YTDI, right? Yes. People asked me if I knew about it.
Blew up at you?
Have the full picture? You know those animal rights groups? The ones with the ridiculous PR teams? They demonize undergrads for dissecting rats. Blast the web with oversaturated, gory photos, sensationalized blog posts, social media campaigns. The works. Cherry-pick their information to make normal scientists look vile, and make themselves look heroic. But those lab researchers care for those animals like they were their own pets. There's piles of paperwork, elaborate onboarding procedures, frequent inspections on their welfare. I swear this voice is slipping all over the place. I'm so sorry. Even on a practical level, they discourage their suffering. There aren't any rats in this facility, Angie. Of course not. Just wanted to make an analogy. You know people exaggerate things and all that. Ah, okay. Then I apologize for...
And other fun things you can tell yourself when experimenting on children, yeah.
No. I'm glad you pointed it out. I don't want you to take anything I said the wrong way. You were gonna tell me about why you joined the YTDI. Right. We went off topic, didn't we? Everyone has the right to a bright future. Most of these trainees don't come from pleasant backgrounds. All of them are orphans. Many of them lived in places that couldn't even feed them once a day. So, if Stop hadn't intervened, their futures would have been... Well, that's why I think the YTDI has potential, you know?
Oh, thank you, Seribot, for banishing that bot to the Shadow Realm.
It provides its trainees with housing.
Do you think Pavel would like Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm really scared that I'm not gonna finish this tonight. I know that I still have like a full hour before I start going overtime, but like, I feel like I'm moving along this I'm moving through this game really slowly because I keep tripping over lines.
It provides trainees with housing, a community, a secure life. By giving them a secure life, the YTDI will prevent future crimes. So, in the long term, the YTDI will contribute to Stop's raison
d'etre? Pavel definitely goes to tournaments with an Exodia deck. he goes to tournaments with like a highly illegal Exodia deck. It's like 3 copies of every card plus like 3 copies of Pot of Greed. Hi, Nana. How are you doing?
Exactly. And in the short term, we're changing these trainees' lives for the better. Still, seeing children receive cybernetic enhancements, it just doesn't sit right with me. I understand. You don't want to be remembered as the mother of cyborg children, do you?
I don't have anything to say to that. Spot on.
We don't do anything here for fickle reasons. Subjects are only ever cybernetically enhanced if we feel that their quality of life could be improved. That file you saw? All those photos? Every one of those children were physically disabled. But I saw... There's one children with her eye... Trainee 02145. I remember.
God. How do I pronounce this? Anophthalmia? Anophthalmia? I don't know if the PH here is supposed to be making an F sound or if it's supposed to be making a different sound.
Her poor vision caused her to struggle in class, so we gave her a new eye. Now her essays are on par with some of the top students of her squadron. I see. Some of these trainees come here with congenital defects. Others with injuries from horrible accidents. We've only ever used cybernetics to level the playing field between them and their abled squad mates.
Shoulders feel lighter. Brow unfurrows. That's still child experimentation. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying improving the quality of life. There is an ulterior motive here. They're not doing this out of the goodness of their heart. That is still child experimentation.
I'm relieved to hear that.
Relieved to know that my legacy hasn't been completely tarnished.
I want you to know if you have any concerns, you can always come and talk to me. Or just vent, if it's after hours.
It almost feels like old times.
Yeah, we're practically kids again.
Hey. Want to come to the arts and crafts room? Oh, wait, isn't it for trainees? So? Most of them are in their rooms right now. Even if that's true, you know I'm not good with... Aw, D. I'm not expecting the next cloud gate or anything. It's just to decompress. Fine. I'll come. Yes. But in return, I get to pick the restaurant for dinner. Oh, so we're eating out again? Just like old times. Just like old times indeed.
I keep looking over at chat and seeing, I keep seeing Nano's, little waving Yoshi sprite. That's a really good, emote. Gotta do something to take your mind off the war crimes. Yeah. Case study report. Regular conversations with CO458 have continued. Contrary to what I witnessed while observing his classroom, CO458 has been inquisitive and willing to cooperate with my study in our one-on-one interactions. My firm belief that CO458's intelligence is not below the norm. Rather, the teaching methods used by the YTDI are insufficient to engage him. What his instructors have labeled as acting out appear to instead merely be an expression of boredom. Fuck, this is too real. Considering the number of children the YTDI has under its roof, I do not believe that CO458 is the only trainee having difficulty with their assignments. I've noted that this kid's squad's instructors that his squad instructors rarely encourage creative solutions to exercises, and instead prefer completion of tasks to a set rubric. This is just the case. This is just what, like, standardized school tests are. Standards-based teaching methods often produce results that look good on a spreadsheet. They rarely result in significant information retention or well-developed critical thinking skills. On top of this, children with learning disorders are often left behind. What worries me is that CO458's antics often result in his entire class being punished for his actions. The intent behind this measure is to emphasize that the squad is a unit. Failure of one member's part reflects on them all. Perhaps this is successful in other squads, but in CO458's case, all they seem to have managed to do is other him from his peers. Dr. Deirdre Destrange. August 12th. I wasn't prepared for the number of trainees who were happy to be at the YTDI. Number of trainees who were overjoyed just because they had clean clothes and sheets. Money doesn't necessarily buy quality, but Stop really isn't cheaping out on their schooling and board. Practically throwing money at this program, even if the staff sometimes treat the trainees carelessly. Trainees are given a rigorous curriculum of maths, literacy, physical education, and self-defense. The instruction is cold. I'm not a teacher, but I know that I only learned to love science because a physics teacher told me I'd be a good fit for her club. If she hadn't shown me personal attention, where would I be now? No amount of punishment could have made me Dr. Destrange. One time I watched CO458 and his squadron line up to receive the results of their grammar quiz. It wasn't hard for me to guess how well each trainee did. Some shied away from their squad mates. Others threw their heads back in relief. When CO458 arrived at the front of the line.
What? I have to do another makeup quiz? I studied really hard this time.
Not hard enough, I'm afraid. Quiz will start at the time I wrote. See you then.
No. It's gonna get in the way of my crafting time. Why can't it be?
No point in throwing a tantrum. You're going to take the makeup quiz at the time I set, whether you like it or not. Now go. It's rude to hold up the rest of your squadron. Again? Alright, everyone. 10-minute penalty. Line up against the whiteboard. Quietly. CO458. You'll be in the middle. CO458 dragged his feet to the front of the classroom. I watched the other trainees. Some of them rolled their eyes at him. Others gave him a bitter glare. And the way the teachers pitted the trainees against CO458, I wasn't surprised they disliked him. To them, he was dead weight to their squadron. An underperforming troublemaker. And to me, he was... Seeing no one help him left an indescribable emptiness in my chest. Children like him aren't dumb. If you treat them this way, they'll learn that their performance determines their worth as a person. Known college students who have found that level of responsibility overwhelming. These trainees are elementary schoolers. Need coaching to get things through to them. Frankly, I'm surprised there aren't more stragglers. Oh. Oh wait, there's a text log. I didn't realize there was a text log. I accidentally scrolled on the scroll wheel. Acknowledge the YTDI as a new program and stop as in an educational organization. Growing pains are par for the course. Angie's been listening to my criticisms. It's not stonewalling me, but she's defensive and practiced at it. Always ready to fire off statistics in response. Half the trainees were illiterate before they came here. Now 98% are performing above metrics. Meanwhile, when I ask about my own suggestions for the YTDI, she claims they're in the queue to be heard. That there's a long chain of command to go through. Yeah, I'm feeling that, like... I'm feeling the heartache as someone who had a very, very poor relationship with school until like high school. She is listening to me. Except when it comes to the use of cybernetics. Angie says they're helping disabled trainees. She brushes off their side effects as easily if they were discussing fringe theories in the classroom. Whenever she does, I can't help but wonder. How are those trainees coping with technology grafted to their bodies? They ask for these enhancements? I want my research to be associated with these procedures? Well, I'll try to be patient with Angie for now. Convincing people takes time. Besides, the YTDI has other problems. Trainees sleep in a panopticon. No matter where their rooms are, there'll be guards and cameras peering inside. Games, books, and shows they have access to are limited with in their themes. I've seen more than one trainee tense up whenever I pass by their dorm's window. I'm sure the staff are miserable too. Oh my god. The fucking panopticon puzzle is plot relevant. God damn it. I still hate that puzzle, but now it makes me sad and feel stupid. Guards eat their meals while they're on duty. Teachers' curriculums are stringent. I read that as straight. They're straight. Teachers' curriculums are straight during Pride Month. It's a wonder the researchers can see their screens when they're blatantly ignoring what's in front of them. If Stop wants its own boarding school division, or JROTC program, more power to them. But I wish the YTDI wouldn't be so cavalier with cybernetics, overbearing with security measures, draconian with its education. I don't know. The more I think about it, the less I want to write. I hope Angie was right about my suggestions being in that queue. I have this dreadful feeling that change can't come soon enough. Oh, it's a program that funnels students into military work. Oh, look, it's the American education system.
Oh, the video camera wasn't on.
Oopsie. Yes, the world will never know the results of our grand Scrattle match, huh?
It's quite a shame. Your skills have improved tremendously. I lost again. Well, I was a Scrattle champion. You just learned this rule set a couple weeks ago. Huh. I mean it. You are very good. I think you could go toe-to-toe with Shreya now. No? Have you foolish adults finally reevaluated my reading ability? Oh, wait. I don't think Shreya knows how to play Scrattle. Could you teach her? From what you told me, I think she'd also make a wonderful player. Maybe. I don't know if I'll have time, you know? What do you mean? Did something happen? Can I tell you a secret? Okay. So, my teacher asked me to stay behind in class. Thought he had spotted me drawing again, but told me I didn't have to study anymore because one of the researchers had talked to him. That's strange. Oh, what did they tell him? Oh, they said, I'm gonna go through my first processing. Processing? What is that? I don't know. None of us know. I mean, I know that everyone gets processed eventually. The process trainees graduate. When you graduate, you leave the initiative. That's rather vague. That's what I said. They must be hiding something. I don't know what's gonna happen to me. I think about it at night, I can't sleep. Is my skin all prickly? But you wanna know what's really strange? One of my squad mates are getting processed with me. Is that unusual? Yeah. You always see other trainees leave for processing in groups of 2, 3, or 4. Never one. CO458, I'm not stupid. I know why I was picked. It's because I doodle in class. Because I forget my homework. Because when it's time for group projects, none of my squad mates want to work with me. Because whenever I try to talk to someone, I always act so tired. Oh god. Oh god. That hurts. That hurts a lot. Ooh. I need a second after that one. God. I've felt that. I am intimately familiar with that feeling. Ugh. My squad, the other trainees, even my teachers. I know they want me processed. I sense it. Even when they don't speak to me. They all hate me. I don't think that's true. Shreya doesn't hate you. She's in a different squad. She doesn't have to be around me when we do class. She was always getting punished because of me. Well, I like you too. How about that? You're just saying that because of your case study thing. No. No. I mean it. You're a talented artist. Your excitement is infectious. You're much smarter than people gave you credit for. And I think you're lovely just the way you are. Can I ask you something? Go right ahead. Could you visit me as soon as my first processing is over? Of course. I mean, my case study requires it. Pinky swear? Pinky swear. If you break your promise... You can, break my finger? Huh? Really? No, that's not how it... Please don't. But I will come back for you, no matter what.
I promise.
Drink more coffee. You're gonna need it.
Daedra, did you censor anything from your talks with Tan? What I can read, she's far from honest. Angie isn't some zealot. She's a brilliant scientist and a dear friend. I just need a little more time to get her on my side. It's been 3 months. When I said she was rigid, I wasn't kidding. But you know, talking to her made me think. If we rebuild the YTDI from the inside out, it could be a net positive for children everywhere. "4 months ago, you were afraid the YTDI would leave you with a foul legacy. That your research on cybernetic sync rates would make you the mother of the cyborg children. Now you want to rebuild the YTDI? If they got rid of the cybernetics, I'm confident that STOP could turn the YTDI into a competent institution. Competent institutions don't feed kids lab script. I'm not going to burn everything down for a better future. It's not incompatible with what you want, Iris. Think, Daedra. STOP is a security organization, not a charity. They offer peace of mind for sale. They do anything to keep the world leaders lining their pockets. Why else would they be enhancing children except for their own benefit? They only give cybernetics to physically disabled trainees. I doubt those trainees asked for them. This argument is unproductive, Iris. Look, let's just say the YTDI was shut down tomorrow, like you clearly want it to be. Where would all the trainees go? Who else would have the resources and the will to take them all in? Stop didn't make the YTDI with kind intentions.
That was not your voice.
I can tell you that much. Don't be so conspiratorial. Don't be so blind. Your research built the foundations for this program. I know. Then speak up.
Oh, we're just right back. We got a CD. Case study report. Focus study of CO458 is on hold while subject undergoes processing. Observations of CO458's former squad have continued in the meantime with little to report. Without CO458's presence, classroom time is quiet and proceeds evenly. Conducted short interviews with trainees in his cohort. Anxiety about future graduations is high. Currently seeking clearance to visit CO458 in recovery. Will update after I have an opportunity to do so. Dr. Daedra Destrange. August 20th. Where could CO458 have gone? Security board tell me that it would be at least another week before he'd return. Of course, they didn't mention anything about processing. Processing. It sounds scientific, but it could mean practically anything. And if it happens to involve cybernetics... No, there's only so much they can do before puberty. It should be minor. Maybe even... Why am I still trying to rationalize this? Deferred to stop in all of its excuses, despite having the proof right in front of me. They want to use my research to modify children. Why? I don't know, and frankly, it doesn't matter. The YTDI really was serving the greater good. Why have Angie and her coworkers acted so evasive? So secretive? Can't afford to be humble or gracious, or cowardly anymore. I know more about cybernetics than every other researcher in the department put together. And yet, I allowed myself to be... Is this cowed or code? I acted respectably. Never caused a scene. As I cared much more about appeasing Stop than doing the right thing. Can't look away anymore, so they shouldn't be able to either. I'll finish my reports. Thrust it in their faces. Make them see what they've wrought. And then mail them a pipe bomb later down the line. I'll be diplomatic, even if it means biting my tongue. And I'll write this. All cybernetics have limitations. If CO458 is being modified, the most they could do is enhance his optic nerves. Still invasive and perverse, but once he's endured the anesthesia and intense PT regimens, it ultimately won't affect his daily life. Wouldn't risk harming a valuable young subject with anything more extreme. Hopefully the worst will soon be over. CO458's still alive. Once he's gone through processing, I'll make every effort to place him in an environment better suited for a child his age. First, I need to think of an appropriate recovery gift. Something I can fit in my lab coat pockets.
Thank you for speaking with me. I'm sorry, by the way, about how sudden all of this is.
It's okay.
I can always do my homework tomorrow morning.
Though I might not finish before class starts. Ah, your teachers already know about your interview today.
I'm gonna crank Daedra's voice up. Actually, nah. What to do for this?
They agreed to give you an extension. I didn't know they gave extensions. They've never given them before? No.
I also just realized that she's missing a hand.
In my squad, we're supposed to move at the same pace as each other. Like a flock of birds, right? So an extension for someone who falls behind is... From what your teachers have told me, you seem like the leader among your squadron. I get the impression that they didn't expect a missed assignment to deter you. Does that make you feel better? Good. Then, please, introduce yourself.
My name is Trainee S4-174.
You told me your name the first time we met. Why not now?
I didn't want C0-458 to feel alone.
I see. What was your life like before you joined the YTDI? You don't have to talk about anything that makes you uncomfortable. It was very far away from here. I see. Thank you. I'll move on. Question 2. Are you getting along with your squadron? Honestly? Please. Honestly, I feel like I'm trapped inside glass. My squad mates see me. They know I exist.
I need to cough. Give me some.
But they don't know how to reach me. And to be honest, I don't know how to reach them either. It probably doesn't help that they're weirded out by my arm. None of my squad mates are missing anything. But that doesn't stop kids in other squads from getting along. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Or maybe it's that lady. The one with the messy hair and dangly earrings. You mean Angie? Dr. Tam? What does she... She likes to meet me after class. Ask me about how I'm doing with my homework. Have me write or carry things for a few minutes. Sometimes she'll take a roll of measuring tape and wrap it around my arm. And if I do well, she'll pat my head and give me candy.
We're fucking killing Angie.
I thought candy was practically contraband around here. I don't mind any of that, but every time Dr. Angie takes me aside, she and my teachers tell my squad mates to follow my example. And I think some of them are jealous of that. And how do you feel about it? Sick to my stomach. I don't like working. I don't like being in the spotlight. They call me a hard worker, but I'm just trying to escape notice. Just trying to avoid arguments, fights.
Don't worry, we have tons of paperwork to do that. Pass me the scalpel, yeah. Yeah.
The other kids. But my squad mates drag me into their messes anyway. They want Dr. Angie's attention. They want to be praised. They want candy, and they all want to be someone's favorite. My class scares me, Dr. Daedra. We don't have to talk about that anymore if you don't want to.
This is just like neurodivergent school trauma simulator. It's just back to back to back to back. Sachi, I have to know, did you make this shitty stop pride badge yourself? Because if so, that's amazing. It's exactly how it should be. You did? It's great. I love it. It's exactly like corporate pride. They would either do that or they would make the hand rainbow.
Please.
There we go. I was stuck in a weird spot in my throat for a little bit there.
Well then. What do you think of CO458? CO458. I like him. He's my best friend. He told me the same thing.
Here at Stop, we believe you can be whoever you want. Be proud of yourself. Now get under the scalpel, child.
That makes me really happy. When I first came to the YTDI, he was assigned my roommate. As soon as I entered my dorm, he marched over and swung his hand up to greet me. He had this big, goofy grin on his face. I've seen it before. Strangers that act friendly. Bad people with fake smiles that are trying to get something from you.
God. Game.
And I didn't know what he wanted from me. So, for the first few weeks, I tried to avoid him as much as possible. Finding a quiet corner in the library. Hiding in a bush in the middle of the courtyard. I thought he'd get tired of it after a couple days.
I've lost her voice again, I'm sorry.
But somehow he'd always find me anyway.
One day, I couldn't stand it anymore. So I just asked him, "Why do you keep bugging me?" And you know what he told me? "You look lonely. I want to be your friend."
Best boy.
He wasn't hiding anything. He didn't want anything from me. Somehow, I could just tell he was sincere.
And that's how you two became close? After that, I stuck with CO458 wherever I could, or whenever I could. Playing games with him. Writing stories together. Sometimes we just sit in silence and read books from the library.
I think part of my issue with doing her voice is that it's very high in my register and I can't do it quiet because my high voices don't work very well if I'm trying to do them quiet.
I owe a lot to CO458. Because of him, my dorm's the one place I don't feel like I'm walking on eggshells. But is something wrong? The camera? It's a standard model. Video, but no audio. There's no need to worry. It won't pick up on anything we say.
He lied.
Really? But in class we're told they have microphones. Some of them do, technically. But the mic's limited in range, so it only record poor quality sound. And since fixing poor sound is expensive and time-consuming, Stop usually keeps the mics off. I see. Did you want to continue? I'm worried about CO458. You've been watching over him, right? Yes. So you've seen how they treat him in class? Yes. If you stay a bad student, you'll get a nasty punishment. Oh, one that'll change your life forever. That's what everyone whispers. first heard the rumor, I was terrified. I didn't want CO458 to. Not after everything he did for me. So, I tried helping him after school. I taught him how to concentrate in boring classes. Or fake it. We read through textbooks together. I even wrote him sheets of study notes. But no matter how hard he tried to get better, he kept getting picked on. Even though he was improving, they kept singling him out and... And then he told me he was getting processed. Do you know what that means? No. But after he said it, he didn't want to look at me anymore.
They took him away last week. Without him, everything's so quiet. He's not flipping through comic books, or scribbling on his desk, or rummaging through my box of hairbands. Am I a bad friend for thinking he's being punished right now?
I wish I knew what to say. Aren't you a doctor? Don't you know what's happening to him? I'm sorry. I'm as much in the dark as you are. But knowing CO458, I'm sure he'll be okay. He's a strong boy. You think so? I know so. He is the center of my case study, after all. I hope you're right. I think I'll conclude our interview here. You look tired. Do I? Honestly, you look like you're about to fall asleep. Maybe. Would a parting gift help to cheer you up? I have a pack of scented stickers. Here, choose whichever one you want.
Thank you, but I'll be alright.
You really don't want one? I thought they were cool.
Don't worry about me. Dr. Angie has me covered. Save them for Pavel.
Sachi, thinking about it, I think we played Malviolence before like I made my VTuber model.
He's in processing. I won't get to see him for at least another week. I thought there'd be more time. He's still so small. Is there anything you know about processing, Iris? Please tell me it's only skin deep. I'm sorry. I never oversaw any of the projects directly. By the time the YTDI was founded, I was already on the way out. Surely you have something on it, Iris. I know you. You keep tabs on everything. Not on this. Processing is kept under especially tight wraps at the YTDI. And as you've guessed, it's a step related to cybernetic enhancement, but beyond that, I I should have done something. I should have used my authority, my expertise to intervene before it was too late. Instead, I just stood by the sidelines. Never even raised my voice. I know I've been critical sometimes. Harsh, even. But I think this would have gone ahead anyways, no matter what you did. Really?
Ugh, I gotta talk in my normal voice for a minute to, like, let my throat normal out.
From my impression of those people, definitely. How encouraging. Listen. I was given a polite exit, but your name still carries weight at stop. Your case study is compelling and detailed. And I have no doubt that little boy is going to be more than happy to see you once he's out of there. You just need to save your strength for the right time. And when that time comes, don't take no for an answer. Thank you, Iris. I just hope I'm not too late.
Good afternoon, CO458.
I see you're back from processing.
Dr. Deidre? You came!
You sound surprised. I promised you I'd visit, didn't I? Yeah, but... It's been a really long week. I kinda wondered if you'd forgotten. Never. Hmm? Oh, what's this on the floor? Oh, it's just a puzzle piece. Shreya was working on finishing it while I was gone. I was wheeled back in. It got trampled on. Tree wasn't happy about that. I can imagine. Here. I got you something. I figured you'd need to pick me up after processing.
Crude gushies.
Whoa. There's some snacks from outside. I promise they taste nothing like script. Didn't know they made food so colorful.
Does Pavel appear in Malviolence? Yeah, we'll get to that.
And tasty. Glad I picked out something good. So, what have you been up to since processing? Just resting? Oh, I'm trying. Tree keeps bringing me classwork. Thought I didn't have to study anymore. That's very rude of them. I'm sorry, CO458. You know, I've been thinking. You don't have to call me that. You can call me Pavel. For the sake of this study, I really shouldn't break...
I love this face.
Did you break protocol for the gummies? Alright, alright. I'm sorry, Pavel. Much better. Is having a proper name important for you? Indeed it is. It's a big deal for you, too. Just anybody gets to call me by my true name. Oh? Yeah. It's like I'm letting you use it. You and Shri and no one else. You're my inner circle. Get to know my secret identity. Like a superhero, huh? Exactly like a superhero. Got it. I'll keep it hush-hush then. Have you been outside this room since processing? No. When I said I was bedridden earlier, I wasn't exaggerating? Thanks. You've always got the right word for me. Yeah, being bedridden, it's really starting to bug me. It's like I've got a house cold. You mean cabin fever? Whatever. The same thing anyway. Then, what happened during your processing? Well, it was kind of like getting my teeth cleaned. One moment I'm laying on this long, hard table, with this big light over me. I looked like a spider with a bunch of eyes and legs. It was super bright underneath, and I was surrounded by all these doctors in white uniforms and masks. I was told to count down from 60, so I did. I fell asleep before I could finish. I woke up and...
Yeah. Yeah. I remember this bit. I remember the reveal of this from Malviolence.
What happened? Was there something wrong with your legs? Wrong. No. Nothing was wrong with them. Now they can give me better legs. No, an upgrade. Better ones.
Yeah, this is a thing that you find out about in Malviolence as well. You find out that his legs are cybernetic. Or it might not have even been that. It might have been like... I don't even remember. It's been so long since I played Malviolence.
Ones that'll let me run faster or jump higher. Real superhero, you know? Really, it's okay. Just practice hard. I believe you, Pavel. You don't have to move. Please. You're very brave.
You can even see it with the thing, because it doesn't go all the way down the bed.
Do you know that, Pavel? Of course I'm brave. Brave like a hero. Here. Hide these under your pillow.
Make them count. I'll be back in a week. Promise.
See? See you again, Dr. Daedra.
Hi, Cattlebug.
I can't be a part of this. No one should be a part of this. It's not enough to leave. The fact that anything like this could happen in a modern facility. Maybe it was always naive to think that one case study could fix Stop. But if so, what then? What now?
Imagine if we just cut to this and it just, she had like a piece of paper out that was just like how to build a bomb. Absolutely appalled at the Youth Training and Development Initiative's decision to perform major amputation on trainee CO458. Improvements in synchronization rates are irrelevant. This technology was only ever intended for use in adults, save for rare exceptions. The relatively static state of an adult body allows for easier construction of prosthetics, and only a mentally mature individual can reasonably be expected to endure the inevitable side effects of cybernetic implantation. Let me be clear, rejection symptoms are not a risk, they're an inevitability. For all the advancements in biotech over the past few decades, there haven't been enough to stop the body from revolting against artificial neurons when they're stitched into its muscles, or from realizing that the hunk of polyurethane and silicon in its skull is not part of its gray matter. Medication can suppress the body's immune response and stave off seizures, but it's a patch, not a long-term solution. Despite these facts, CO458 was approved for full transfemoral amputation and implant preparation procedure. Cannot conceive of a scenario that justifies the callous removal of two completely healthy limbs from a young child. Fact remains that CO458's quality of life has been significantly impacted for no reason beyond the YTDI's goals. If this is the level to which the YTDI is allowed to conduct itself, then it's clear to me that STOP has become little better than the organization it once worked to quash. There is no theoretical threat or future crime that justifies what I've witnessed. If this is what my research is now supporting, then I'd rather have never pursued it in the first place. September 3rd. Took his legs. As if stripping him of his own name wasn't enough, they ripped his legs off his body. Why? Can't think of any good reason for this. Pavel, sunlight that he is, said they planned to give him better ones. He even tried to prove it, in spite of the pain. Worst part is, it's not over. He hasn't graduated yet. Last time I tried to visit him, he'd been taken back in for further processing. I had to find out from Shreya, of all people. Guards barely seemed to care. Asking about his absence was like asking about the garbage being taken out a day earlier. Someone else did the work, so they didn't need to know. He said all of this while looking at me with that expression they always wore on duty. One of malaise, of superiority, of contempt. Funny how they press the kids to be smilingly obedient while the adults look like bored children. I really want, like, a full sequel to Malviolence. Like, fuck, I hope that that's what this dev is working on next for this series. When I entered their room, I noticed a distinct coldness in the air. Shreya looked awful. Had she been eating properly? She seemed so frail. She was being taken to the operating table now. Her chances of survival... I have to leave Stop. YTDI has to go with me. I don't want this, any of this, to be my legacy. As if. What's an academic supposed to do against an intergovernmental organization with unlimited resources and an ever-growing supply of cybernetic muscle? Maybe I can follow Iris's example. This case report will be my indictment of Stop. My voice should still carry enough importance to damn it on my way out the door. I try to make an impact with my exit instead of leaving quietly. What'll happen next? If I say anything about those cages the kids were kept in, the courts will bury me. I'll have to hope that Stop doesn't single me out extrajudicially. And if they do, I'll have to kiss my future academic opportunities goodbye. So what? Can't expect me to keep quiet after everything I've seen. That one conversation with Angie still makes my blood boil. We're observing a physical education class. Kids were told to run laps to the point of exhaustion. Knowing the YTDI, they were probably forced to run past that point for research purposes. While the teachers were tending to them, Angie leaned over and whispered to me, "How strong they're growing. Healthy and smart and tough as nails. Isn't it incredible?" She looked at the back ranks and soured. But there are still stragglers. I iron out all the kinks eventually. After she said that, she turned back to me. No, if that squadron were enrolled in public school, some PSHE teacher would be coddling them by now. None of them would ever know how much they could achieve with just a little more pressure. Just one more push from someone who knows how much they can take. We're killing you, killing you, killing you. Back in school, I knew this kid. Born with a hole in their heart. Be some large ASD. Had it rough, but they persevered. Didn't pity themselves. Had pride. Teachers insisted on coddling them. Waiting on them hand and foot. Carrying their books, giving them extra exam time, letting them skip physical education. Adults around them let their condition define their life. The time we graduated, I barely recognized them. That I'm more ghost than person. I knew then what I know now. I wouldn't have let them fail themselves like that. She think we're still friends? Speaking to her less and less. By now, she's basically talking to herself. Hate seeing the inner ugliness rear its head. Her inner ugliness. As soon as Pavel's healthy enough to graduate, I'll make my move. But I'm not leaving Stop without him. D.
I've got my 2 weeks' notice lined up with Pavel's estimated graduation. The moment he's out of the system, I'm taking him and leaving. Smartest thing you've said in a while. Do you have any concerns? It's possible they won't let him graduate. Promises for services rendered don't mean much to people who mutilate children. And if my case study is half as explosive as I'm hoping it to be, it's not the kind of thing that Stop will let circulate for long. There are plenty of people out there willing to listen to you. Not after I slander an internationally beloved crime-fighting organization. We don't have friends in PR or allies in the media. It'd be easy to paint me as another disgruntled former employee, disappointed with a lack of direction in her career, and looking for a book deal. Sorry, Daedra. I wish I could tell you that won't happen. But even if things do go to shit on your end, allow me to give you a silver lining. When Pavel gets out, and he will, you can bring him here.
Aww.
Iris. Oh, once upon a time it was a garage. Then it was an unrealized research lab with some living quarters. Now it's yours.
Yeah, it's the house. It's the house from Malviolence.
It's no 5-star hotel, but it's not too bad this time of year. There's even a river nearby.
Oh, it was...
I don't know what to say. Why did you steal my voice, Iris? You're just giving that to me? What did you expect? A wealthy woman with very few hobbies. I would have ended up renting it out, even if... if I even remembered it was there. Much better for you two to get some use out of it. Thank you, Iris. I really mean it. I already owe you so much. Hey, the place isn't that big.
It's pretty damn big.
I hope you don't mind, but it's got, like, 5 escape rooms in it? I'll keep that in mind. You'd better. I don't want to hear any complaints about it being cramped down the line.
What are the house prices like in the 2070s?
Stay safe, Daedra. I'll try.
Yeah, Iris, why does your house have fucking jail cells? Oh, God.
Whoa, D. There's a fire drill going on?
What? Oh, no, I was just looking for Pavel. I can't find him anywhere.
Pavel? Who's... Oh.
CO458. Well, it's okay. Certain he's around somewhere.
You, a gotcha cannon.
I mean, it's very safe here. It's not like he could have wandered off. Of course not, because you cut off his fucking legs! And yes, it is very safe here. I'm... What? I'm not convinced that any of this is necessary. You're talking about processing? For starters. The post-op is never going to look pretty. You know that. You've seen it thousands of times. On soldiers, volunteers, adults. You didn't see the places we pulled these kids out of. Filthy, overcrowded, underfunded. This facility is very clean, and very well funded. That doesn't make it right. Whatever your justifications are... I'm not sure I appreciate your tone. We've been nothing but transparent with you from the beginning. Given you complete access to our building, our resources, even our subjects. I had to fight for you, you know? Then why wasn't I notified about Pavel's processing? Maybe you weren't on the right mailing list. There are no conspiracies here, D. You, of all people, had to have known exactly what the initiative's goals are. Angie, Look, I'm not in the mood to argue medical ethics with you in the goddamn hallway. CO 458's in recovery. He's fine. What?
This isn't
How-
some back alley surgeon for hire operation. We know what we're doing. Do you?
It's the perfect place to argue medical ethics, motherfucker. Where else do you want to argue medical ethics?
Pavel? How are you?
Oh, God. Your head. Your hair. Your eye. It's...
Dr. Deidre?
Pavel, what? I've got you. Just stay right there. Has anybody been here to take care of you? Oh. Well. I think so. Try's been here at night a few times. Hasn't said much, though. I pretend to be asleep because I think she might be scared of me now. She's probably worried about you. I'll go and talk to her, okay? Okay. I really don't want to upset her. You don't have to worry about upsetting anyone, okay? You haven't done anything wrong. How are you feeling? I don't know. Tired and weird? It's all right. Scared. Graduation is soon and scared. I don't know what's going to happen. What else they'll do to me. Just close your eyes for me, okay? Pavel? He's asleep. They're going to tear him apart. Rearrange him again and again. Not just him. All of the other trainees here. All of the other children yet to come. Over and over and over. And for what? This is my fault. My research laid the foundation for this. My reputation funded this. I let this happen. I did this. There has to be something I can do. No, I have to do something. Something more than writing words on a goddamn page. That's it. I'll break him out. Prevent him from graduating. And burn this program to the ground as we leave. At this point, this isn't even a call for justice. It's just plain cause and effect.
Paris, how do I make a fucking pipe bomb? September 9th. I'm going to destroy my life's work. Have to update the textbooks. Small footnote at the bottom of the page, or on the back of the index. Dr. Daedra Destrange went on to commit multiple terrorist acts. In no way, shape, or form approve of her blah blah blah. Fine by me, so long as they leave my name in. Curious kid might search for that crazy lady's name on the internet. Find a case report written by her and give it a read. Better a pariah who speaks the truth than a diligent researcher who can't stand to look at it. As I walk through the YTDI's halls, my stomach drops whenever I pass the spots I'll rig. The guards just stand around and glower at the kids. They're still combat-ready professionals. More than a match for little old me. Ever catch on to my plans, they'd drop me before I could enter the building. Funny. I haven't feared others being able to hear my thoughts since I was in college. I remember feeling guilty when I learned about thermal runaway and lithium-ion batteries. Spicy pillows. I realized how easily this knowledge could be reapplied. I was convinced that there was something wrong with me. Maybe I was right back then. Compared to my usual work, making bombs is dead simple. I spent most of my time planning how I'd space out the fertilizer purchases. Looking back on it, smuggling Pavel's snacks made for a fine trial run. A surefire proof that the guards won't check me. So why am I still so anxious? It's not my legacy, and it's not the process itself. Am I afraid of what'll happen to Pavel after all this? I can house him, thanks to Iris. I have money. I can cook. Still so much I don't know about Pavel. How will I care for his medical needs? How will I educate him? Freeing him, doom him to a life in hiding? And Shreya. The other children. And every other poor soul that's been victimized by this program. Where will they go once I'm gone? Even if I could house them all, they wouldn't be free to leave. Not with Stop on their tail. I'd have just moved them from a spacious cell to a cramped one. Cramped one next to a river. Still. Never forgive myself if I left Pavel behind. God, they would, wouldn't they? My research led to him getting hurt. Won't let that happen again. Done all the planning I can. For now, I think a eulogy to a life of service is in order. My colleagues, the good ones. I hope you've been working from home. To the rest, you've got no right to complain about what comes next. And to Stop, this is war. Plant any more seeds and I'll salt the earth. D. Case study report. Met with CO458 today. Engaged in normal conversation and activities with the subject. CO458 became tired shortly into the session, so the visit was cut short after about an hour. CO458's temperature and blood pressure appeared to be higher than normal levels during the visit, recommending an increase in immunosuppressant dosage. Recovery otherwise appears to be on pace with expected timeline. Dr. Daedra Destrange.
Do you think I'm doing the right thing? I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I just want to get Pavel out. Aren't you doing precisely that? Yes. There's a growing list of asterisks. I can't save the other children. Numbers just don't work. And how does that make you feel? Like garbage. Where will it go? You know nothing about the real world. Kids are tougher than you think. Not tougher than stop. You'd be surprised. They'll adapt. That doesn't make me feel any better. I doubt anything could right now. Oh, what about a confession? I wanted all of this. The recognition, the respect, the budgets, the pay. You know, before I came to Stop, I took 5 internships in one summer. I barely got my foot out the door before I added them to my CV and never looked back. And? We all do. That's the game we play. I liked playing that game. I was good at it. And there's a sizable, cowardly portion of me that doesn't want to give it up. And do you worry about Dr. Tan and the rest? Despite myself, yes. That's just the kind of person you are. In case we don't get the chance to reconnect for a while, let me say this. Every system falls apart eventually. It's entropy. Forest fires are natural and healthy. Stop is no exception. If people are horrified by your findings and your methods, that's for the best. They'll quit. They'll leave in droves. And you'll have gotten them out of a dark hole. And if I hurt people, then you'll just have to make up for it. And the kids, they'll be strong. Even if their new lives aren't cushy or clean. The lives that they choose for themselves. Again, that's not reassuring. I know. Very little is right now. You have a lot to answer for, Dee. You're already a history maker. From here on, I'm sure you'll be making history in a good way. Try to remember that when you eat breakfast, or try to remember that when you eat breakfast with Pavel. Then, this is goodbye? It has to be. But you'll be in my home. I'll be there in some way. In fact, the sheets might still smell like me. Iris. Gross. Apologies. Couldn't help myself. But you don't need me anymore. You'll do good. You always have. Thank you. Take care now. You were always my star pupil, Deirdre.
I read that incorrectly. Wow.
I trust you'll remember me as your mentor and friend. Hopefully when you're retired and peacefully birdwatching. Goodbye. I'll miss you, Dr. Kai.
Hello, Pavel.
Oh. Good afternoon, Dr. Daedra.
Feeling alright? Me? Huh. It'd take a lot more than this, too. It's okay. You can be honest. Did your graduate training not go well? It was... scary. Scary and confusing. Could you tell me what happened? What the training was like? Oh, they've been running tests on the chip they put in my head. When it turns on, it's like my brain squeezed into a box. A minecart. Only go on the tracks. That does sound scary. Yeah. To do all these stupid reflex exercises? After that, they made me solve math problems and do other dumb stuff. All while they looked me over their clipboards and data pads. So far, I've been doing good. I was doing everything they wanted, even when it felt weird. Like somebody was looking over my shoulder. Only that the shoulder wasn't there, and that somebody was me. Someone else was moving my body. Speaking for me. Speaking for me like it wasn't my body anymore. I was just so scared. It was gross and strange and deep breaths, Pavel. And I just couldn't take it anymore. I did something bad. I was upset. I couldn't help it. I couldn't. Pavel? Pavel! Oh my god. I've got you, Pavel. I've got you. You're safe. I'm going to call emergency services right now. You'll be okay, I promise. Shit. Shit. He's on his side. There's nothing in his way. And I've set a timer for 5 minutes. I've done everything I can. Why isn't the emergency call button working? It worked for another trainee. I've seen it before. Maintenance teams always check it. Is there something wrong with his... No. No. They wouldn't. They wouldn't dare. Dr. Daedra?
Pavel? It's okay, Pavel. It's okay. I'm here.
You had a seizure. But you're safe, and I've cleaned you up. It's okay.
Why? Why did they do this to me? Why? It
God.
hurts. They want to hurt me. They want to punish me, don't they? It's because I'm broken. That's why they want to fix me to be like the other kids. I can't stay alive and I never will. They're gonna keep taking me apart until I break. Taking me apart piece by piece like this forever.
Don't mind me, I'm just crying. God.
Pavel, you have to calm down for me, alright? You're going to make yourself sick.
But
It'll be okay. It's over now. I'll make sure they won't hurt you anymore. I mean it. Okay. 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 I gave Pavel a glass of water to sip. His hands are shaking, so I hold the water for him. After that, I help him into bed. Tuck him in and wish him good night. Stroke the little amount of hair left on his head.
That is the second time you've said that, Solar.
Then I close the door behind me and walk out of the room. The door behind me clicks shut. I don't have the words to describe what I just witnessed. But I don't need a 10-page paper to sum up what I feel. Disgust. They took away his medication. His medication? How in any world is that justifiable as a punishment? He could have died. Pavel gets hammered down because he sticks out, but any kid would do the same. If he's suffering like this, there's no doubt the other trainees are. I need to talk to Angie. Now. I can't believe she's overlooked this for so long. Before I leave for good, I need to look into her eyes and try to make her see. I find Angie at the bridge, gazing at the courtyard below. She looks just like she did the first day I came here. She hasn't changed at all. As I approach, she turns to give me an unreadable look. For a moment, I barely recognize her. For a moment, part of me wants to believe she's someone else entirely.
I imagine you're here to talk about C0458.
I pause. That was unusually direct of her. What do you mean?
It's the 21st century, D. We've got cameras in every room.
I suddenly remember Shreya.
Gazing up at the corner of the room. Her dark eyes wide with fear.
You were watching that whole time? And she blinks. So you saw how I called for help. You saw him go into a seizure because he wasn't given his medication?
You don't know that.
A lot of trainees hate taking it.
Put it under their tongue or...
That's bullshit and you know it. These are your precious test subjects. Invaluable troves of medical data. If you wanted to, you could get a doctor to any room in this building in seconds. What are you suggesting? It's not a suggestion. You're punishing him for what happened during his graduate training. There's a long silence. The tension in the air twists my stomach in knots. She's choosing her next words very carefully, tasting them in her mouth, rolling them around like a boiled sweet. Nostalgia laps at me for a moment, a warm pull at the back of my mind. She used to do this before her research presentations. Worrying the inside of her cheek,
Worrying the inside of her cheek.
as she awaited my feedback.
Hi, Mystic. We're inflicting trauma upon everyone. Because goddamn, this game is sad.
Maybe you're right. But does it matter, Dee? She doesn't look back. Excuse me? Does what happened to CO458 matter that much? Once he passes the graduate training, he's got a stable career ahead of him. Won't want for food, housing, or guidance. I can't believe what I'm hearing. In exchange for his legs? His brain? His individuality? Individuality.
What are you, a teenager? Everyone's gotta grow up sometime.
I bite down on my tongue. As much as I want to, cursing her won't get me anywhere.
What's happening isn't complicated, Dee. You've gotten too attached to your subject of research. You've lost sight of your objectivity. That's all. Happens to the best of us sometimes.
Killing you, killing you, killing you.
Even you.
She's turned back to look at me, but she isn't seeing me. She's done talking. The feeling's mutual. Earlier in the day, I'd printed out my case study. I'd intended to go through with it with a red pen. That night, I fed it into the shredder page by page. Months of work, gone in moments. It was the best I'd felt in ages. In a matter of minutes, I'm going to burn down my entire career. Maybe it's fitting that the planning reminded me of how I designed my first cybernetic hand, linking each step to the next like titanium phalanges. While I filed documents, I studied the blind spots in the security. I learned where patrols didn't visit as often and where security cameras didn't cover the whole room. I participated in fire drills to search for evacuation routes so that I could avoid them. Fighting back against the YTDI's electronic security was almost easier. Stopping rebels and terrorists back in Stop's heyday had given me a healthy perspective on tech security. DNA signatures, like those attached to our keycards, could be spoofed. And an electronic lock was useless once you cut its power. As I went through every step, I expected someone to stop me. A guard who'd catch me leaving packages in a dark corner, or a lab tech who'd find the files I was taking out suspicious. But no one noticed. Even when I slipped into the security room to inject a virus into their systems, I told staff I was doing an inspection. They looked the other way. Maybe they live hand-to-mouth lives. Maybe they hate the YTDI as much as I do and want to see it burned to the ground. Whatever the truth is, I'm not interested in psychoanalyzing lower-level staff. I have one job, and I intend to see it through. Getting to Pavel will be simple. I'll enter his room through the small door in the back. No one will suspect me. They think I'm conducting another checkup. Just another inane review to pad out my case study. Escaping will be a much more complicated task. The security cameras are disabled. Safety alarms rewired, and the escape routes plotted. If things go pear-shaped, there's the pyrotechnics I set up ahead of time. But once I trigger the siren, I can't predict who or what will get in the way. My heart's pounding feverishly. My brain's swirling with phases and countermeasures and backups. I'm painfully aware of every step and every breath I take. Because once I open the dorm room door, there's no going back. I still have a way out. Leave this behind and go back to my old life. Cut ties with Stop quickly. Retire quietly to a bucolic existence with honors and accolades to my name. Bury my regret and rage in the back of a well-tended flower bed. But if I don't open this door, Pavel will continue suffering. He might not survive graduation. Even if he does, he'll become a nameless drone. A shell of a person marching through life armed with clockwork thoughts and a plastic smile. I can't abandon him. Not to that. Pavel? I'm gonna come closer, okay? Dr. Deidre? Now, listen to me very carefully. I want to give you something. Oh. Wait, is it another snack? It's better.
Pavel, do you want control?
Control for what? Your future. I've never really thought about my future.
It's a pipe bomb. You can mail it to people, Pavel.
Would you like to? You can take your time. I understand that I'm asking... Yeah.
I do, Dr. Deidre. I want control.
And then... take this switch and press this button. As soon as you do, you'll be free.
Let's go.
I take Pavel by the hand and gently guide him out of bed. As his legs clack against the tiles, he wobbles. Do you need help? I ask quietly. We have a lot of ground to cover and every second's crucial. But if he's in pain, it's okay, Pavel responds. It clearly takes him some effort, but he grins up at me. What better way to get used to these legs than a prison break? Despite everything, I chuckle. In between the pulses of the siren, I can hear the hurried footsteps of staff and trainees rushing down the hallway. I take his hand and we walk through the door I came through. Neither of us look back. The back hall of the dormitory is empty. The alarm lights in the wall blink an angry red as confused personnel jog past us on their way to the emergency stairwell. We walk at first. I try to keep my hammering heart under control as we round the hallway. We're still too visible. I can't help but imagine a security officer behind every door we pass. I squeeze Pavel's hand tighter and he squeezes it back. His steps are shaky. They shouldn't be. Those idiots in processing couldn't even be bothered to calibrate the motors right. But he's stable. And in spite of everything he's been through, he's keeping pace with me. And then I see it. An imposing door with a small blinking key reader beside it. An exit out of the dormitories. Past it, there lay the operating facilities and engineering. Beyond that, the shipping and receiving bay, and further still the garage door. Our way out. Normally this part of the facility would be swarming with initiative personnel. With the alarms I triggered, all of them should have evacuated to the opposite side of the building. I don't even swipe my card. The latch clicks open when I push it. Suddenly my steps are faster. My heartbeat louder. And before I know it, I'm running. Pavel trips on the first step and we nearly crash into each other before he corrects himself. But we run, hand in hand past the operating rooms, and the offices and the open security shutters until, without warning, Pavel's legs buckle. They crumple under him like wet paper, sending him sprawling. I fall to my knees beside him and struggle to pull him upright. Oh, what's happening? Pavel asks. I can't answer him. My eyes go to his legs. Lights are still on, the battery hasn't run out. But they're not responding to him. I can see him trying to move what's left of his legs, and the cybernetics just won't react. My eyes fall at the stop logo at his ankle. I look up at the shutter we just passed, and the security camera blinking on beside it. Shit, I breathe. Dr. Daedra? I almost want to laugh, even as my mounting panic threatens to overtake me. Anti-theft measures. They don't want anyone taking stock property outside the building. I can hear yelling echoing back down the hallway we came through, distant but growing louder. They know where we are. What should we do? Pavel asks, his voice wavering. Dr. Daedra, I don't want them to find us. Sit still. Quickly, I move to detach his legs. I leave them on the ground and sweep him up into my arms and bolt. He clings to me, his fingernails digging into my back through my clothes. His left arm dangles out of my grasp. He's light, far lighter than he should be. As I run for the exit, I squeeze him as close to me as I can. A security shutter suddenly slams shut in front of me. I turn to pivot. But more come down over every door in the hallway, falling into place as heavy as tombstones. Damn it! Damn it! I bite back a scream. I try to focus on facts. Security's at my back. I can hear them getting closer. Combat boots on tile, heavy and hurried. With every second I sit here panicked and paralyzed, they stomp closer to us. I squeeze my eyes shut. I can feel cold steel gun barrels at my back. Cuffs, bindings, straitjackets. Pavel ripped away from my arms. Disposed of as defective goods or reprogrammed into an ideal product. I can't bear that thought. I reach into my lab coat, pull out a second switch, and press it. The explosions rip through the hall with a force unlike anything I've ever felt before. They tear through the shutter, blasting me with heat and smoke and debris that nicks my cheek. I run into it as more explosions go off throughout the facility. My hidden bombs going off like an exothermic dominoes. A burst of red blinding blinding heat sears my right side, probably scattering shrapnel. I push through the pain, running as fast as I can. My ears ring. My muscles scream. My throat stings. All that there is heat and ash and pain. Until, finally... oh, we reach the light.
Thank you for the hydrate, Mystic.
Wow. I can't believe I actually made it. Pavel? I think we're... Pavel? Pavel. Oh, God. You're...
Yeah. He had to lose an arm, because he's missing an arm in Malviolence.
Your arm, it's all...
Pavel, please. Speak to me.
Blue.
What?
The sky. It's so blue.
I haven't seen it. So long.
You're hurting. Please don't push yourself. You're already bleeding so much.
But I'll live. 'Cause I'm no longer there. I'm free now, aren't I?
Yes. Yes. You are.
Best boy. Sachi in the audience, just, that's my son! Do we see Pavel and Malviolence or only text? Bonus content unlocked. Oh, we got the CGs. That, this screen is not formatted properly. Oops. Do we see Pavel in Malviolence? Yes. He's great in Malviolence. I highly recommend either checking out my ancient ass stream of Malviolence or playing it yourself. I did talk a little bit about Malviolence at the start. It's free on Steam. This took... this stream took me an extra hour and a half, but I also started late, so... pretty solid, like, one stream game. Yeah, I liked this. Like, I guess yeah, this I liked this. Damn, this game was heavy. Holy shit. This is basically just Maddie does a voiceover for a game without making jokes for the most part. I like how I'm just, like, adding to the games that Solar needs to play. It's like, Solar got Xenoblade X and is playing Xenoblade X now, and now I'm like, you gotta play Malviolence. Solar, when you play Malviolence, you'll understand the pain of the fucking Panopticon puzzle. That's probably my pick for the hardest game. Solar, go be traumatized by the Panopticon puzzle. I like that both Sachi and I are just like, fuck the Panopticon puzzle. Because the issue with it is that, like, with the Panopticon puzzle, you only get a certain amount of moves. You get, like, I think, like, 6 or 7 moves. And it's really complicated, and you only get, I think, 3 attempts at it before you, fuck up and get a game over. And so you can't really just fuck around with it until it works. Same with the quilt puzzle, though the quilt puzzle is a little bit more, you can kind of fuck around with it and see what works. You can only hit the submit button, like, 3 times. But yeah. I do, like, I feel bad because I didn't mean to put this off for so long. I just never was in the mood to play it. Sachi's over here like, shit, now I gotta find a new game to be like, Maddie, play this game. You know what? Let's go poke the turret. Here's your raid message. Yeah, we definitely did play 2 transhumanism games back to back, didn't we, Solar? That was not intentional. Like, literally, I decided tonight because Sachi suggested it, and then I was like, fuck, I'm running late already. And, like, Kingdom Hearts 3 has been having issues. So, let's play this game that I've been putting off for fucking ever. Hopefully I'll get to Signalis this year. I want to do some horror games during October. We'll see. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope to see you here tomorrow for whatever the fuck I'm doing. It might be Kingdom Hearts 3 if I figure out a solution to my issues. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But, other than that, have a good one, and take care, everyone.